G'day guys, and welcome back to our wet bit of forest. As you would have seen in the last episode, we got delivery of our excavator. So in this video, we're going to get stuck in with it and try and start punching a bit of a driveway in. So let's go. I'll go over it quickly. I'm not going to go too in depth with it because I'm going to do a full review video of this once I've had a bit of time on it. But yeah, it all got here pretty easily. It wasn't no dramas getting it shipped or anything. And I haven't even unwrapped it yet, as you can see. So it came strapped. We've got 4 different size buckets with it. And it came with the thumb grab and also a quick hitch. So that's all the main attachments that came with it. And definitely going to put them to use. I don't know if I'm going to use all 4 buckets, but we'll see how we go. Wipe this off the lens. It's pouring with rain here today, which is actually the first time I've been out here while it's been raining, so that's nice. There's a couple little streams we've found as well. And then the other attachments that I got separate, I got this ripper for it, which is a deadly looking bit of gear. It's got teeth down one side and big serrated edges, so we'll definitely put him to use. And I've also got a stick rake, which is still on Dad's trailer in town, and that's coming out today, and I'll lift it off the trailer. So that's the main gear that came with it. It's also got a swing boom as well. I'll zoom in on that so we can use the swing boom on it. Yeah, besides that, not going to go too much into it. Just going to start using it. So I'm going to get these buckets off and drive it back up the hill and work out where the driveway's going to go. Let's go. Suppose I'll show you up in the cabin. Oh, still got the plastic on everything, but it's basically the same layout as the cat that we rented a couple of weeks ago. And anything is the windscreen button's a bit easier to find. I couldn't find it on the cat, but yeah. All right, let's get it up the hill. Jump out. Well, it's time to start punching this driveway in. So, I've got a rough idea of where we're going to go, and we're going to start pushing some trees down. So one of the comments in one of the other videos said, instead of cutting it with the chainsaw and then ripping the stump out, just try pushing them over with the digger, with the excavator. So yeah, we're going to give that a go, and hopefully it doesn't fall on me because they're pretty tall. But let's set this up and see how we go. Well, small teething issue. Looked like I was just about to get this tree to fall over. It started pissing hydraulic oil, and not a huge deal, but this little fitting, turns out it was just finger tight. So yeah, I stopped it before I lost too much oil, a little bit in the bucket, So I'm just going to nip that up with the U-Butte Chinesium toolbox that came with the excavator, and I'll find a right size spanner in there, nip that up, and I might go over all the rest just in case a couple more are just finger tight. So we'll do that and get stuck back into it. So it's just the two little connections for the quick hitch, so nipped them up, and we'll have another go. Down, 10,000 to go. Really getting stuck into it now. This first bit's the worst, and then it opens up a bit, so keep punching a few of these trees over, then we can clean it up. So you. progress. 20 odd metres. This first bit's the worst. It's the most trees to get through. You see. Yeah, once we get another 20 metres or so, it opens up. So slow go on, but the more I can do, the better off we are when everyone else gets here. So keep punching through. Well, definitely got a good start on it now. Somewhere 50-60 metres back that way is the main driveway. Now we're onto this nice bit of a straight run. There was no trees in the road, so it'll probably need to be a little bit wider yet, but if I can get half the work done, as I said, makes it a lot better. So yeah, not too bad. So basically got to keep continuing that way, and we're nearly there. Whew. I spent a couple of days trying to punch through this bush with the excavator, and I'm just heading back up here now for a couple of hours to quickly take you for a bit of a walk, show you what we've done so far. I thought it was a good chance to bring the mutts. Yeah. Woo. Well, it's getting pretty muddy up here. We had a bit of rain last night, so it's going to be nice wet dogs. Alright dogs. Oh, come on dogs. Okay, these dogs are going to get very muddy. Oh, good boy. Bustin'. Right, spin you around. So this is our formed road, which shares this is next door's block, and this is our block. Started to punch a bit of a driveway in. It is squishy, very thick clay. But once you get out of that, it's not too bad up in here. So I need to clear a bit more of this out, but I was struggling to get some of this trunks and stuff out. So I thought I'd just keep punching on through and get a rough track in. I said I haven't tried to clean it up much. I've just basically bulldozed in here and sort of just to get the rough direction worked out, and then I'll come back and clean it up a bit. But yeah, knocked down at least 30 trees, and it's doing it pretty good. Sweet kookaburra up there. So this bit here will need a little bit of sculpting, but I don't know where the dogs are gone. If I keep moving, they'll find me. So we sort of went this way because once you turn this corner, it gets onto an old forestry road or something on our property, and then it's a straight line straight up the hill. So yeah, that was the worst of it, but got through most of it. Just got to clean it up, and then it's half done for the actual earthworks crew when they get here, so that'll save us a bit of cash. Here they come. Hi buddy, what you doing? We're up in the bush. Hello. Come on, what are you doing? Good girl. Well, since the dogs have followed me in, we might as well keep walking up the track. So I'll just go up past this where I parked the excavator up. The old girl's been going pretty good so far. And then we get onto this bit here. This was a lot easier to smooth out. As you can see, it's pretty neat already. Yeah, it's actually going to be pretty nice when you drive up through here with the car. Yeah. Oh. Dogs like it. Best time of year for them to be up here because there's no wasps and snakes and bites. Yeah. Okay. So we're about a third of the way in already, so we might have to take a couple more trees out to get it wide enough to meet the fire regs, but getting there. Slowly but surely. Every bit that I can do is saving us a bit of money. So, happy days. But I've only just come out here for a couple of hours today because I got my spinal surgery booked this afternoon, so it's going to be fun. And I thought I'll just use up a couple of hours while I can. Give this machine a good greasing because it hasn't been done yet, and I've put about 10 hours onto it, so be a good chance to grease everything and make sure it's all kept in good condition. So yeah, gonna get my grease gun and we'll give it a once over. Grease gun. Just gotta put this arm out so I can reach it all and start greasing her up. plenty of spots to grease on this sucker. There's a couple in there. There. All in there, so start pumping some grease in. So many grease points. Oh. Oh. Ooh, well, pretty much got all the ones in the arm. A couple in here that are going to be a bit tricky to get to. Oh, hello. I just got to swing it around so I can get in under there. And oh, you're very noisy. Trying to do YouTube here. And then just got to lift this bucket up so I can get in the ones in underneath there. And then we are good to go, I think. So it wasn't too bad, like 10 minutes or so. You get quicker and quicker once I know where they all are and get a bit of a process going. So yeah, happy days. I think he approves of my work. Noisy Liddy Currawong. Yep, we see ya. Okay, pretty much all greased. A couple I couldn't quite get to. I need like a 90-degree fitting. There's one in under there that I couldn't quite reach. But besides that, we're good to continue smashing in some driveway. So let's go. Well, we've got a fair way in, and now starting to hit some bigger trees. Spent a fair bit messing around with this one, so I punted all the way back down the hill to the start, brought up all the rest of the buckets, and I've just hooked up the big ripper. So I just got to get this wrapping off and test this bad girl. Whew. See what this does to the roots. Alright, give him a go. after 20 something hours use, I've already done myself a little bit of a mischief. Got a bit excited trying to pick up something a bit too heavy, and there's a slight bend on that thumb hydraulic ram. So I'm going to pull this pin out and spin it around, so at least this comes out a tiny bit, and then I'll try and straighten it that way. If that doesn't work, I'll just send it off to get straightened. It's not too bad, so I caught it before anything too bad happened, but yeah, you get that on the big jobs. But we're getting there, so something's bound to happen sooner or later. So it's me done for the day clearing. I'm going to go and pull this apart and see if I can't fix it. Chuck it back in. Some rags would be handy, but I don't have any on me, so. Unfortunately that won't work because the little grease nipple is hitting there, so it doesn't quite line up, which is the bugger. So I'll have to take it off to fix it. Decided I'm just gonna bring the grinder out tomorrow and just nip that off, so then it can just sit in place for now, and I'll try pushing the bucket against it to see if I can straighten it. Otherwise I'll just have to chuck it in a press and press it straight, but that'll be the easiest thing to try to start off with. So looks like it's home time. Alright, another day. So I'm going to whip this little cap off here, see if I can get that in, and then see if I can cheat this and get it to straighten up. There we go. Rip him off. Beautiful. Okay. See if that lines up now. Oh, not quite. Might just have to rip that little grease nipple off, and then we'll be good. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. Just giving this a bit of a better grease because even though it was new, it wasn't greased very well. I could barely get the pin out, so give it a good grease before I put the pin back, because fingers crossed I won't have to pull it back out, but we'll see how we go. Okay. Alright, plan one, just see if a ratchet strap will straighten it. Plan two, leave the ratchet strap on, push the bucket against it, see if that'll straighten it. Plan 3, if that doesn't work, I've got to take it off and put it in a press, but I'm trying to avoid that because this will be a lot quicker. So, see how it goes. Bit of pressure on there now. That's probably about as tight as it's going to get, so I'll fire it up and we'll see if we can't straighten it that way. Quite enough power. Well, that didn't work, my first little cheat effort, so now I'm going to have to rip this hydraulic ram off and put it in the press and see if I can fix it that way. So just going to rip this off and see how we go. Well, I was going to try and do it in my shop press, which I got in the van, but I've decided stuff it. Hydraulic guys are just down the road. I'm just going to take it in there and see what they reckon. They did mention that probably, depending on the machine, I'm not sure if it's got it or not, that the release might not have been set properly, and when you click with your bucket, it should push the thumb up and not bend the thumb. So maybe that wasn't set right, or maybe it doesn't have it. I don't know heaps about hydraulics, so they're going to give me a bit of an idea when I go in there as well. So, going to Pertec. Well, I just dropped it off and they said, yep, no worries, they can fix it up, a couple $100, so it saves me mucking around with it. So I got some lunch and just going to continue on without a thumb. Come on. Oh, another day. Bit of a head cold. I think the whole family's got crook, but production doesn't stop. So I'm about to head back up to the excavator, and Jen's out here weeding again with her favourite weeds.
You say I love weeds.
I said they're your favourite weeds.
My least favourite weeds.
Yeah, look at them all. Oh man.
Oh.
Yep. Fun. Oh, you even got the poison out today.
Well, just a little bit. Dabbing the stumps.
Yep. Whew. Luckily they're not in the new driveway yet.
Not yet.
Not ever.
No, they're not going to get there.
Oh well, you have fun with the weeds and
I've got some
leeches.
friends.
And yeah, the puppies are having a good sleep. Good puppies. Yeah. Alright. We're going to continue punching in a driveway.
Okay.
Alright. Got the drone up here. We'll fly the drone over and show how much progress we've had. So if I start flying him now, fly over the top here. Let's go for a cruise up the driveway. There he goes. Well, last full day on the block till I go back to work. Just getting started on this big mess here. I've got to clear all this brush out and then punch back through there, and then we're on the home stretch up towards where the house site's going to be. So if I can get most of this finished before I go, I think in 2 weeks time when I get back, we've got the pros coming in to actually put the driveway through. So I've cut most of this up with the chainsaw and just try and push it all out of the road and hopefully get up that hill. So yeah. Oh, and I was talking with UHI, the excavator supplier, these guys, about the thumb, and they're just going to send me a new one, warranty. So happy days. No need for the guys down the road to fix it, and I'll keep that one as a spare. Maybe I can fix it in the workshop once I actually get a shed built. So it's a few weeks away. I'll get a new thumb and maybe spend a bit more time setting up the bypass a bit better, because obviously it wasn't set up from factory. So get that on in a few weeks, but for now I'm going all right without it. It's not slowing me down too much, so let's continue on. Whew, all right, let's have a look. Got a few trees to cut up here, but we're at the sort of the top of the first hill, and then it's just a nice slope from here, and we're almost level with the house site. So we're going to sort of go past the house, do a little turn and come back in. So I'd say we're nearly 2/3 maybe, and Jen definitely didn't want to cut any big trees down, so this nice big one here is going to be on the edge of the driveway, so we'll definitely keep him. We'll sort of drive under it as you go past, but that's a nice big tree, that one, compared to all the others. It's, 4 or 5 times the size of the others. And there's probably wombats living in underneath there. But yeah, so you can see there's sort of a path already. So once I cut up all those trees, it's going to be smooth sailing, hopefully, straight up that way. So making progress, which is always good. That was a pretty good day. Smashed out nearly 100 metres of driveway today, so it's pretty rough, but it's a good start. Once I get the bigger gear in, they'll just be able to drive straight through without having to hit any trees. So it's about as far as I'm going to get. Just going to clean up a little bit. I'm going to work out some way to get some water out here because the tracks on this thing are just absolutely chock full of clay, and I've got no water, so it might be tomorrow's mission before I jump on the plane. Yeah, but for now, just going to clean up and see you in the morning. Welcome back for the last day that I'm out here until I go back to work. As you can see, got the big old van because I don't want to leave this excavator absolutely chock full of clay for the next 2 weeks while I'm away. As you can see, she's pretty filth underneath, and been trying to work out how to clean it because obviously we've got no power or water out here yet. So been running around this morning, Facebook Marketplace, and I picked up an IBC and I filled him up with water, turned the van into a mobile pressure washing station. So if I just open this up, there's my water supply. So got some water, and come around the side here, wipe the raindrops off of the lens. We've got a petrol pressure washer, so we've still got crap on the lens, sorry about that. So yeah, I've just filled it up with oil, getting ready to start it for the first time, but I'll bring him around the back, and that should give us nice clean tracks for the next few weeks, so it's not sitting there and just clay just going to crap. So I'm going to pull this out, get it ready to start up, and see if I can get it going. Ooh, heavy. The longest, I might have to have it up on the ramp, but make it work. Throughout this rain, one day, could hold up for one more day. Alright, let's get this going. Small change of plan. Realise the hose isn't long enough to get into the machine out of that tank, so I'm going to have to run the little pressure washer from inside the van, and then the actual hose on the gun is a lot longer, but I had to empty the van out into the container and had to back down a little bit more, and now I've got to try and get out with this sloppy bit of driveway in the rain with the 500 litres of water in the back of the van with bald tyres. So probably better to record it than just do it and get stuck with no evidence. So let's go. Well, we made it. It wasn't quite as slippery as I thought. So even though it's coming down, I've only got a couple of hours left before I've got to get out of here, so it's got to be washed. So let's go. Oh yeah. Oh. Works. Woo. get dirty. Oh well, there we go. Successfully cleaned. Mostly. No point getting it all off because, yeah, it's going to get filthy again in 2 weeks, but got most of the gunk out from under it, which is what was worrying me. I didn't want it all sitting in the tracks everywhere, so yeah, that's pretty good. Now I've got to get this out of here so Mum and Dad can use the van while I'm gone. So that's going to be as simple as get rid of the water, flood this joint a bit more, and then I can lift it out. Lovely. Well, she's nice and clean, and we've got the container out. Van's all packed up, container's all packed up. Now I've got to head home and I've got to pack up, get ready to fly back off to WA for a few weeks. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Next video, fingers crossed, we're going to have the proper earthworks guys here to form up the driveway, and so we can get cars up into the actual house site. So that's going to be very exciting if that happens. But yeah, that's it for this one. So thanks for watching, and see you soon. Cheers. Oh, maybe it's not the end of the video. I'm struggling to get up this hill. We'll see how we go. Oh, come on. She's flat to the floor, but the stupid traction control won't let me go. Come on. I need my Jeep. Oh, there we go. Yeah, baby. Holy moly. We better go and have a look at the damage. Oh. Stay there, dogs. Stupid hill. Oh, I can't believe I made it up there. You can see one wheel here was spinning a bit, and then this one was just flying on the passenger side, but oh, had it full noise, but the traction control wouldn't let me up the hill. But I guess I made it in the end, so maybe it knows better than me. Oh. All right. Now this is really the end of the video. I'll see you next time. Cheers.